Good afternoon, every pony. How's everyone doing? My name is Silver Eagle, and I'm with Ponyville Live, and I'll be hosting today's panel. This is VA panel number 2. This time, it's professional. So I'm joined by a couple of very, very talented and esteemed guests, the voice actresses from the show, voice actors and voice actresses, pardon me, from the show, and I'd like to welcome them onto the stage right now. I believe. Okay. Okay, all right. One second. All right, we have Nicole Oliver, first of all. We have Brenda Critchlow. Kathy Wesluck. Maddie Peters. Michelle Creamer. And then we need another chair. Okay.
Oh, come on down.
We have a lot of people. Okay.
No, I got this.
And then we have surprise guest, Lee Tokar.
Hey, every pony. How are you doing?
I don't think that was going to work out.
Woohoo! Okay, I just want to start this by saying I just signed a grown man's forehead. How random is that?
How's every pony?
Full house. Wow.
Having a good time? Having the best time?
Woo!
Bro, hell off!
All right. Well, first of all, thank you all for taking some time today to answer questions and from the audience here and to share a little bit of insight into how you do what you do. We're all big fans here of all of your phenomenal work. Since we had a VA panel or VA Q&A panel yesterday, we just wanted to make this a continuation of that and get right to the questions just as quickly as possible so that we can answer as many of the audience's questions as possible. Now we have lines that are forming. Where are they? We're forming lines.
Oh, easy.
Slow down.
Everybody slow down.
Slow motion.
Oh, thank you.
Let some of our youngest bronies come
that's
up to
better.
the
Everyone.
mic.
And the youngest bronies to the front, please.
Okay, as a beginner clairvoyant, I just want to start with the answer to the first question is 42.
But what's the
Apparently that was
question?
right.
Exactly.
What is the
I see there's
question?
some Douglas Adams fans in the crowd.
Hi, every pony coming in at the back. Come on in and grab a seat. Don't miss anything.
Hey, everybody, this is Spike. I'm just wondering if all the small ponies are like roughly my height. If they could come closer to the front, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, to the front of the line.
Yeah. Look, there's one now.
Why don't we start with the young one over here?
Yeah.
Hi, you have a question? Get on that mic, young man. Get on that mic. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your question?
What's your question?
My question is
42.
my question is how did you feel when you found out you were gonna voice these specific characters?
I said, really? Really? Okay, all right.
Ooh.
I was a bit shocked.
Ah.
Yeah, there was a little ooh, ah in
When,
there. That came later.
when I first found out that, because my character came in later, when I first found out that I was playing on this show, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I found out how big the fandom was, and then I was like, that is so cool.
Now, are you the only one who are you the one who joined after Bronies existed? Did you know about Bronies?
I did not know until.
Oh, it caught everyone by surprise then.
It certainly did.
Thank you for your question.
Thank
I
you.
think we were all excited to get our roles and be here and still be here and see all of you. What a wonderful result. Thanks for your question.
Alrighty,
What's your
thank you.
name?
Thank you.
Next
What's his
question.
name?
Oh, we're just going to alternate mics. Actually, we're
Yeah,
going to come
actually-
to this gentleman over here.
Yeah, we're just gonna do.
Thanks for your
Thank
question.
you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I was wondering, can you guys please say hi to a few friends of mine?
Sure.
One's name is Cassidy and one name is Angela.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, Cassidy. And hi, Angela. How can you tell we work together?
Next
All
question.
right, next question.
In the season 4 intro, will Twilight have wings?
La 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 la.
Look at
Mooses.
I've never seen so many moose in one place.
Lots of moose in this here auditorium. That means we can't tell you. You'll have to tune in. Thank you,
I don't
though.
know, but we'll see.
Or else you're here. Look, there's a moose.
Yep, right over there. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just really quickly, everybody in the back, feel free to scoot up to the front. We have a lot of people waiting outside. I just wanted to let you guys know that there are a couple of spots closer up to the front. You just might have to work a little bit to find them, but we definitely want to get as many folks in here as possible. Thank you.
If you do have a seat next to you empty, do you think you can put your hand up? That will help folks find them.
There,
Thank you
yeah,
very
there we go.
much.
See,
I love how colorful
lots
this
of
room
room.
Okay, next question.
Oh,
Microphone.
I'm gonna move the mic down.
Microphone.
There you go.
That's all right.
You just hang on to it. That's fine.
Hand hold it, girl. There you go.
I just realized the question I was going to ask is actually spoiler filled, so.
Uh-oh.
Do you have another question?
Could you all sing Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows?
What?
Okay.
We didn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We didn't hear what he
didn't
said.
catch
Everybody
that.
applauded. We're all sitting here going.
But the
"Is
bronies
that-"
did.
Can you say that again? Yeah.
Could you sing Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows?
I can't hear you, Liv. You got to talk right in that mic.
Could you sing Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows?
No.
Pink fluffy
sorry.
unicorns dancing on rainbows.
Nice improv.
In the
I don't know what I'm
springtime. I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know that one.
Thank you for your question. All right. Next question.
Okay,
Oh my
cool.
goodness.
Love it.
Thank you.
Hi.
Next question.
Hi. I wondered if you guys had like OCs.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do. A lovely artist named Sarah drew mine. Her name is Voxy. She has sparkles in her hair and highlights. She's quite fabulous.
I drew my own OC. She doesn't have a name yet, but she's on Twitter.
Oh nice. Okay, so some of you you've been gifted OCs
Yes.
by your adoring fans.
You guys, I have to say, just you being here really is a gift enough. You all surprise us with these beautiful plushies and drawings and things. We love you too, and it's
We love you guys.
It's very, very humbling. So thank you for everyone who shares their creativity with us. But you are enough.
I also wanted to say, I love you, Scootaloo.
Thanks. Love you too.
Fantastic.
All right. Next question over here.
Can you walk us through what a typical recording session is like?
Should we show them what it's like?
Can we walk you through it, what it's like to be in a recording session?
Sure.
The recording sessions we do for My Little Pony are what we call prelay, which basically means that we get into a group of actors together. We are in a group, and we're recording scene by scene by scene. We have a director, Terry Klassen, who works with us, and Jason Thiessen, the producer, is with us. And we record literally scene by scene. We will do a run-through of that. We'll go back and do another run-through, and if we've made mistakes, we pick those lines up again. And he gives us further directions if there's a pickup line, and then we'll do the next scene. And we do this for a 4-hour booking, 4-hour call. Although, as you know, most of you, I'm sure, that Tara Strong does her recording in LA. So she does her own, and as Spike, I will have to read to someone else, another actor, it'll be Pinkie Pie or someone else will read my lines, read Twilight's lines for me, and I'll read to her. But we're all recording in Vancouver. It's a wonderful experience to work together, and sometimes we get to work with these guys, and sometimes they have their own scenes in their own show. But it's a real joy. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and one of the newest subject matters for discussion, I know that was just released out to the public, was Equestria Girls, and I'm curious. Was the recording experience similar for that? Was it similar to a recording of an episode of the TV show, or did it differ in any major way?
I think we didn't even really know. I didn't know that it was a movie until I saw it on my IMDb page.
Oh, really? Oh,
wow. It was just, we were given the script, and there's nothing really different about it. It's just a little bit longer.
Oh, until the part where they said, then they become human. That's when I went, what the?
We weren't really partial to that information ourselves, that it was going to become a film. So we were all doubly excited when it was, and to see the script. I mean, every time we get a new episode, the scripts are brand new, so we don't know how the plot's going to unfold. We don't know what our characters are going to do in the show itself, and so this was a real surprise. I mean, humans and a dog. That's a real challenge. It was a challenge and a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we're still not sure. Did you like it?
How many people have seen it more than once? More than twice? More than 5 times? Wow! Awesome.
Has
Great.
anybody slept in the movie theater? And just watched it over and over and over.
Thank you for your question.
That's dedication.
Okay, next.
Oh, down there.
There's a tiny pony. There's a baby pony.
Hi.
Hi.
There's a tiny
Hi.
baby pony,
Hello.
everybody.
How are you?
Hi. When was the day that you started the movie, and what year?
She's precious. She's precious.
2012 was the year, and it was a cold day in February for me.
I really like your voice. It makes me want to pretend that I'm you. Me too. It's so awesome. So cute. You have such a sweet voice. We like your voice. Thank you for the question. Oh, yeah.
You're going to take all our jobs away from us one day.
But it was
Scrumptious.
What's your name?
Rachel?
Rachel?
Rachel.
Should we all say hi to
What
Rachel?
a pretty name, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Thank you for your question, Rachel.
Who's your favorite pony, Rachel?
Twilight and... I was not done. My favorite princess is Princess Celestia.
Hey, Rachel.
Thank you.
You've come such a long, long way.
She's the same.
Nice to see you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the con.
Thank you for your question, Rachel.
This question is for my little sister who unfortunately could not attend today. It's about Lee. It's for Lee. Obviously, Snips had a lot more lines in Equestria Girls than in the show, and what was it like recording that? Did your voice get tired because of all the lines that he had, or whatever?
No, my voice never gets tired. I sound like this all the time. No, it's right now my voice is a little trashed because I've been talking to all of you and I love it. But during the record, you know, I drink a lot of water and I keep the lubricated. But yeah, no, it's the throat. What do you?
Yeah, throat lozenges. Come on.
Stop it. Rachel does not appreciate where your mind is going right now.
No, exactly. Think about that.
I know my voice is usually pretty good during a record because I know that, you know, you've got to rest it up. I was just very happy to have a bigger role in it because, you know, Snips is cute and little and so is his part.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, is there any water around? You just made
Yes,
me really
please.
thirsty.
Water would be good.
Could someone bring us some water, please? Thank you. Oh, no. Next question.
We'll have some water for you here in just a moment. Sorry about that.
Hi, I wanted to know, what's the most challenging aspect of your career?
Can you speak a little louder?
What's the most challenging aspect of your career?
The most challenging part of our career?
The most challenging.
The audition and waiting by the phone.
Maybe the unpredictability of it, because when we go to do our auditions, we can never know whether we're going to get them or not. Yeah. So it's always a good approach to do the best that you can, and if you get it, it's a gift, and you don't, you know it's meant to be, and that another one will come along.
There's a lot of ups and downs in this business, and a lot of disappointment too, but you get used to it, and that's a big part of, you know, staying strong and just not letting your confidence go down, and know that there will be a project, you know, someday. It just has to be the right thing, because there's so many elements involved with, you know, getting a part, and you just have to wait for that right time, and My Little Pony was one for all of us, and we're very fortunate.
And as in life, I expect nothing, and anything better is a delightful surprise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here comes another pony now.
Hello.
Hi. I wanted to know, how did you feel the first time you voice acted?
Talking all of us?
Yes.
The first time, I love it. It's as freeing and fun as you probably imagine it to be. It's incredible to have the freedom to do different voices, be different things every day, sometimes several times a day. So it's a real gift, and like it's been said, one I don't take for granted.
I think for me, I do a lot of in front of the camera for film and television acting, and coming into a studio session to do a first record, I remember it was a bit of a shock because no one can see you. You don't have to be on in that way. You're on in a different way. Nobody cares what you look like. You're not coming dressed as a lawyer in a suit or anything like that. You can come in your sweats. And it's just a completely different medium, and knowing how to wear the headsets, the technical part of it, and where to place your voice with the speaker and your stance, it was a different learning curve. There's a lot of technical stuff to take into consideration, different from being on a film set, different from being on stage.
The first role that I did, and we're talking voiceover because I think most of us do on-camera acting too.
Thank you.
I had to match a voice of a goose. Thank you very much. A goose called Bessie in a show called Kissy Fur. And I thought, this is my first job. I have to sound like a goose. Can't I just sound like myself?
So Bessie the goose was like this, and they had to make sure that I cracked my voice on purpose. And she lived in the pond, near the pond, with the other geese, I don't know.
And I had to crack my voice, and I thought, please, universe, help me get through this. So I was excited to get the role, but I was worried about holding the character. And then I learned how to do that in time. But it was fun. It was exciting and scary at the same time.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 9 and Scootaloo rocks.
Thanks! You rock too!
When I first did voice acting, I was even younger than you. I was only 6 years old, and I did a voice on my dad's cartoon for free, and it was called Being Ian. Do you know that show? It's probably too old, but yeah. And that was super fun. I had to be a little preschool girl, and it was the best time of my life. Yeah, I started voice acting when I was, well, I did my first professional thing when I was 7, and also I did the same thing. I did a little voiceover thing for something my dad was working on, and I remember how much fun I had. And I was 4. I don't remember seeing anything or doing anything specifically, but I still have that feeling, you know? And I still have it today when I go in for a session. I still have that, you know, mindset of I just absolutely am in love with it, you know? It's a fantastic business, and we're so lucky to be a part of it.
The first experience I had was absolutely terrible, but the second experience I had was wonderful. So let's talk about that one. The second gig that I got right out of the gate. I got the lead in Street Sharks. I got to play Ripster, and after the first terrible experience, let me suffice it to say, the first experience, the line was, I was playing a warrior on Conan the Barbarian, or Conan the Adventurer, and my line was, I am blind, which was, I was blinded by a dragon, and Wally Burr directed me from some ship someplace. He kept making me do the line over and over again, and finally my friend Doug Parker said, actually, Lee is blind, so maybe make him stop doing that line over and over again. But the next one, when I found out I got the first lead in a series, I didn't stop grinning stupidly for about 2 weeks. I was just like, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is John, and I'm very excited to be here. But is the end of Generation 4 near?
Is what?
The end of Generation 4 near?
Oh, everybody here is from Generation 4. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know.
Do what?
I'm not sure.
Of our, of the series.
Are you asking if there's a season 4?
I'm asking if there's going to be a Generation 5. My Little Pony.
Oh.
Look, there's a moose!
That means we
I don't
can't
know, we'll have to
answer.
see,
That
but
means
we all
can't
sure hope
answer.
so.
What
Yes.
are these words? They sound English, but I don't understand them.
I think we all hope there's a Generation 30 at least, so that's kind of where we're coming from, right? Yeah. Thank
Or
you for
maybe
your
just
question.
Generation 4 Part 30.
Or at least a Stephen Magnet spin-off.
Right, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
It would be fabulous. What a world that would be.
I
What
think
a
we need a
world.
season 27, don't you?
Season 27.
The sun rises a lot slower in season 27. Or
Mark
maybe a
Crusader
season
retirement home.
84.
That's when Snips has a walker.
But the sun sinks fast. Suddenly we're in the geriatric ward, I think.
Lee, if you had it your way, there would be a season 42.
What?
A season 42.
What?
Next question.
All right, next question.
Yeah. This is for Kathy Wislack. I was thinking of, I still watch the show Kid vs. Cat.
Yep.
And you speak for Dennis, little kid. The first time I heard of My Little Pony and saw the first episode or any episode, I forgot which one though. When I heard Spike's voice, I'm like, oh wait, I know this voice. And yeah, I noticed the voice was from Kid vs. Cat. But why is the reason you stuck with the same voice for both of them?
Well, I like to not think of it as being stuck with the boy's voice, but because it's one area that I'm able to do. There is a difference between Dennis and Spike, even though that the base placement of the voice when you start and you create boys' voices is a similar placement. But then it depends on the boy's character and the antics that they get into, and his personality that sort of determines his age, his energy level, and his relationship to the other characters. So the base placement is somewhere in the same zone, but we have to sort of move and tuck. So it's actually a compliment for me to have another role in a series. So and Dennis's was a little bit more intellectual, more older, a little sci-fi, and Coop's sidekick. So in a way, he saves the day a lot for Coop, just as Spike does sometimes for the ponies.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm gonna try to do a Fluttershy impersonation, I guess.
Oh,
okay. Go for it.
Or a Pinkie Pie, I guess.
Oh, wait, is it Pinkie Pie or Fluttershy? Am I plugging my ears or am I leaning in? Because I don't want to get it wrong.
Well, I guess for now, Pinkie Pie.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm so excited!
That was so good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over here.
We'll pass that on to Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Hi, my name is Emily. What made you decide to audition for this show / role?
Mortgage.
Yeah. Well, in my case, breakdowns come out from the casting directors from the shows saying these are the characters and these are the qualities we're looking for. Please let us know if you would like any of your clients to come in to try out. And then the agent will say, you should see Nicole Oliver, Brenda Critchlow, Kathy Westlaw, all these people. And then we can, sometimes they tell us what role they'd like us to read for, they being the producers. Other times we get all the sides and we're told to pick 3 or pick 2 or just come in with the one you think you can do. And then you always come in with the other ones prepared in your back pocket because inevitably they're going to ask you to read for something else. So that's kind of how the process goes. And then you have callbacks and they start narrowing down the sound and the actors. And then they're inviting other actors in as well. So it's a long, ongoing process. And sometimes you can audition for something and find out 10 minutes later that you have the part. And other times you audition for something and months could go by and you get a phone call saying, you remember that thing? Well, you booked it. And you start in an hour. So it's kind of how it works.
And for most of us, well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I would say for all of us, if I may be so bold, voice auditioning kind of falls under the umbrella of a few other avenues of which we perform in. So some of us do some film and television and have that stream. Some of us perform on stage and have that stream. Some of us do hosting. So voiceover acting falls under that umbrella, so we want to be able to have the opportunity to audition. We all have a voice and have an instrument, and it's another part of us, of what we do. So when an opportunity comes up, and if we can do it, we'll
I also
go
do
for
interpretive dance.
Lee does interpretive dance, he said. He's really wonderful at it as well.
Wait, Lee just said he can do interpretive dance?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Oh yeah, what? You
Lee,
don't believe
let's
me?
see what you got.
You don't believe me?
Lee. Oh, no.
What have I done?
We could all do it as characters. Everybody will just turn into a monkey on the piano.
See, he's marvelous at it, isn't he? I think Michelle's good at it too.
did too. Yes, there you have it.
Scene.
We're a crazy bunch.
Thank you.
We lost the shoe. As all future questions will be answered in the form of an interpretive dance with one spirit animal. What is your spirit animal, Lee? Sniff.
No, it's actually a white owl.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
And a unicorn.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Pair of scissors.
A pair of scissors and half a mustache. There's a correlation there, isn't there?
A whole mustache, a whole mustache. Big one, too.
Thank you again.
Next
What's
question.
the next question?
Hi there. I just wanted to ask you guys, what was your favorite aspect or part of the personality of the characters you voice over?
Oh, that's a great question.
Favorite aspect. I like Celestia's impatience and her sense of humor.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, being facetious. I love Celestia's calm demeanor. I wish I could do that more in real life.
I like that Zecora has the opportunity to impart some wisdom and some magic. It's all about magic.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's Spike's dedication and his nobility, and just how he just seems to be annoyed sometimes by things, and he's just a little boy. So the spontaneity of it all.
I like how Scoodle is up for anything. Yeah. I like how Applebloom is just so passionate, you know? I mean, she can be impatient and she can be annoying. And you're just like, oh, Applebloom, okay, we get it. You want to get your cutie mark. But there's an element of childhood and fun and just generally wanting, you know, something that a lot of probably ponies her age wouldn't even think about, and that shows her maturity. And I think that that's my favorite part of her, because a lot of young kids can relate to that. That's why I like Applebloom.
I like that. I like the interaction between Snips and Snails. I like working with Richard Ian Cox. I like Snips is silly and fun, and I like to be silly and fun. And as you can probably tell, I'm not silly or fun at all. And I think about Stephen. I think I like that Stephen Magnet is so butch and watches a lot of football. You know, drinks beer, eats pizza. You know, just like whatever, man. Yeah, fabulous, whatever.
I didn't even want that mustache.
I didn't even want that mustache. Take it, whatever.
Thank you for your question.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you.
Next question.
Here
We're about to raise the mic up, I believe.
All right, so 2 questions. One kind of as you as a person, and another question as you as a voice actor. So I personally love ping pong, and I was watching like a great game of ping pong between 2 of my friends, and I was just wondering like what kind of hobbies or fun like little games you enjoy the most.
Oh, are you asking
That's a
all
great
of us?
question.
Yeah, anybody that wants to answer it.
Hobbies, cool.
I dance a lot. And
No.
that's, well, yeah, I mean.
You just saw
It's
a
not
little
really
sample of that, which was marvelous.
It's not really
Could you answer this while dancing again, please?
Marvelous, just marvelous. It was marvelous.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna do it.
It's happening.
It's not really a hobby. It's you know, it's sort of it's a profession.
This is
and
called
you
it's
know,
low impact dancing.
I think.
Are you interpreting something?
I think it's. You know, I like to skate. That's cool.
Are you?
I like
do you-
to watch hockey games.
I think she's
you know?
having a seizure. Do you smell toast? Do you smell toast right now?
Do you smell toast?
Okay, Michelle, you need to get down. The lawyers are getting nervous.
We don't have coverage for her falling.
It's funny that you mentioned ping pong because I play ping pong. And that's kind of a weird, it's a weird little thing nobody knows about me. But I've won sort of unofficial tournaments in the past, which is bizarre. But
Really?
I mean, I haven't played it in forever, but it's a fantastic game. It's kind of like what let's set up a table next con.
We should do the epic.
Okay? Cool. Challenge?
We should have a panel. We should totally do a panel. It'd be called the Epic Battles of the Voice Actor
It must
Ping
be a
Pong.
Kathy
Spike
Westlick
thing.
has just given an open invitation and challenge to any ping ponger in the room. Next con, she will challenge you.
I will
and
challenge
she
you.
will win.
It seems to be the Spikes that like to do it, though. Because look at you, you're a Spike, right? Only Spikes pretty
I
strong,
think
I
the
guess.
spike. Yeah, that's the.
Well, they'll have to have some lessons because that hand-eye coordination with me and the little balls, I'll need some help. Any windsurfers out there?
Any what?
All right, then windsurfers. I windsurf.
Windsurfers.
Is there somebody who windsurfs? Somebody
Oh,
put up your
that's
hand
so
so I can
cool.
see. I learned in Hood River, Oregon, and I will tell you, it's the most phenomenal sport I have ever tried. I also downhill ski and a few other things, but I'm an avid skier and an avid windsurfer, and I'll just say, if you have never tried surfing the wind, it is amazing, and it is a huge challenge, and it's not what you think. You end up in the water a lot more than you do on the board, but when you do catch the wind and you've got your boom and you're out there, freedom, freedom.
Someone's got to draw that now.
That's
They gotta-
marvelous.
Yeah, it's an amazing high.
They got to have Zecora on little windsurf. Ooh.
Yeah, yes. It's an ooh. And then when you fall down, it's like a ah. That water's cold.
I'm an art freak, so anything that involves creativity. I love writing, drawing, carving on stones, painting, illustration, anything. I like it all. Okay. Actually, I'm working on a new carving right now, but if you go onto YouTube and you type in Lee Tokar on slumber stones, you'll see me making
sculpture.
No, it's a soapstone.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Well, I'm with Lee, and I love all things creative and art. I love drawing and all that. I like ping pong too, but one time I played ping pong and I cracked a window, so I haven't played very much since then.
Blind people and ping pong really don't mix, I find. Just one hit and that's basically the game.
I really enjoy, by the way, coming to these conventions because we really get a chance to dress up. So Brenda and I thought we would dress up a little more for you and thought we would put on our...
See,
we weren't
that you guys are
our outfits weren't quite complete, so...
Crabseed.
Crabseed.
Who was here at my concert last night? So it was definitely.
In honor of Baltimore!
So last night we definitely did not do a song from My Little Pony. It was called Crabseed. Once again, not associated with the show Friendship is Magic. Just to be clear.
So we
No
have a
one
little
needs to
pony
contact
over
Hasbro.
here who's been patiently waiting. Can we
yes.
get her question? Thank you.
Yes. What is your question?
Hi.
Hi, my name is Riley. I'm 11 years old. And have any of you stayed in character for the rest of the day without even knowing it?
What do you mean?
Very good.
Didn't you hear about Zecora Day? Did you hear about Zecora Day?
No.
Who heard about Zecora Day and spoke like Zecora? There was a day I tried. I kind of needed a little help with script, but there's some amazing people who did that for me all day long and had battles. So yes.
So does this talk like a pirate day, except you rhyme?
This was Talk Like Zecora Day.
Talk like Zecora day.
Talk like rhyme
Oh,
like
wow.
Zecora all
But what
day
rhymes
long.
with Zecora?
What yeah.
Fedora.
Oh!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Fedora. Oh my gosh. Right?
Thank you.
Next
We're
question.
gonna have to pick up our pace.
Yeah, next
You know
question.
what? In order to get through everybody in the line, we're gonna have to try and get some actor energy and go through our lines real fast because I see our lines are going right to the back of the room. So next question, if you're up and ready to go, let's hear it.
Right over here.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, come on up. Speak right into the microphone.
Right into the mic.
If someone were to try to voice the character that you do on MOP, what would be your suggestions?
If they were trying to get into the industry, or we couldn't quite hear you, so sorry.
to voice their
character. Yeah.
If someone was trying to voice my character?
Yeah.
What advice would
Yeah,
I give them to
trying
voice
to take
my
your job.
character?
Basically, trying to take your job, yeah.
It's mine! Well, I would give you advice if you were trying to enter into the industry. it's a competition and a business like anything else to practice and study and try and go in for a voice audition. That would probably be more in lines with what I would, add my advice to. Does that sort of answer your question? Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
Thank you. Next question, over here. Hello, sir.
She can't see too well. I'm going to help her out here.
Did it fall down?
Okay, so someone ready with a question, maybe? Or just have a little chat over there. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
Hi. First off, I'd just like to say, Brenda, I know you said yesterday you were looking for some Zecora stuff. I have a few spare prints, if you're interested.
I would love it.
All right, awesome. I'll give them. Oh, I'm still here? Yes, I am. Okay.
Yeah, I did a shout out because I really wanted to have the opportunity to promote all the fantastic, wonderful artists that are out there. And I can't think of a better exchange than at the conventions. So I would just love to have the opportunity. If you draw and you do amazing things, please sign it. I'm going to come out tomorrow and go through the convention hall and to the vendors, as it were, and say a personal thank you. But I think this is a great venue for sharing art and seeing what's absolutely out there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So my question in particular, one of the reasons I've kind of personally fell in love with the show was because it has so much depth in the world. I'm a huge junkie for like world building and that sort of thing. And one of the things that's really kind of come out in the last season especially was Zecora as a mentor to Twilight in the same way that Celestia is. So going forward, and maybe season 4, not asking for spoilers, but what would you guys personally like to see out of a potential, like meeting or, forming a relation between Celestia and Zecora? Obviously, Nicole, I'm interested in your opinion too.
That's a profound one.
Well, I really adore Brenda Critchlow in real life, so I would welcome any opportunity for our characters to interact.
Yeah.
How's that for a...
Yeah, we can just give you a general speculation.
Moose-like answer.
Likewise.
It's like a wish list. Like, what sort of thing would you guys like to see?
I'd like to have it be a flashback. Wouldn't it be great to see them, I don't know, when they were in their younger days?
Yeah, you know what? We're missing a little bit more of the history of Zecora, some background. So maybe if we put it out there, who knows? But yeah, there's some interactions that we can't even fathom. But how wonderful would it be if we had a script that had that in there? So we can only hope the same way.
I know more zebras are always welcome.
Thank you.
We don't get enough of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Question over here.
Hi. I was wondering how was working with Rebecca Sochit, considering her first speaking role as Sunset Shimmer in Equestria Girls.
Oh, sorry. Could you say that again? Get a little closer to the microphone.
Lean into the mic a little bit.
I was wondering how was working with Rebecca Sochit, considering her speaking role as Sunset Shimmer in Equestria Girls.
I can't hear I'm sorry, we got radio squawking. Could somebody...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the radio. Yeah.
One more time.
Somebody repeat that, or...
Yeah, really loud.
Yeah,
you have to talk really loud.
Right into the microphone.
Yeah, speak up.
Loud.
I was wondering how was working with Rebecca Sochit, considering her speaking role in Equestria Girls.
Since it's her first.
The Bad Association.
Oh, what was it like working with the voice actress for Sunset Shimmer in Equestria Girls?
Rebecca Shoykit.
Oh!
Yeah. Rebecca Shoykit is a
gorgeous.
Wonderful person and fantastic
super
actress.
talented.
And she was at the LA Film Festival when we were there at the premiere. And she's also does the main theme for My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. I'm sure most of you know that. And other songs. And she had a wonderful time. She just loved being with the cast, and she was really thrilled to see everybody. She's a really, really wonderful person and a really good actor and singer.
Gorgeous singer.
Before we just sort of go to the next question, could I just have a friendly request to our staff, if they could please just turn their radios down? We're hearing a lot of the feedback back here, and it's amplified. Thank you.
Hi.
But I'll have a chicken salad sandwich on rye, please.
Go to 1 in T-minus 4.
Maybe some lemonade.
5, 3, 2.
Roger that. Chicken salad sandwich.
Is that Roger that or Roger this?
Next question.
This is your cup.
Next question, please.
Hello. In regards to Spike and Lee Takar playing the Sea Dragon in the beginning, since Spike has an infatuation with mustaches, and we have one that had a fabulous mustache right over there, do you think that Spike in any way or relation may have, since he can't fly, some sea dragon in him?
Do you think that he may be secretly like part sea dragon?
Exactly.
Because of Stephen Magnet's also being obsessed with.
Like an exchange of DNA through the follicles of the mustache or something.
I don't think I look anything like Snips, but I don't know. Like I'm just here to help Twilight and the ponies mainly, and just get into what I get into. But
I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes.
Whatever. Because you know what, dude, that's creepy.
Spike and Rarity sitting in a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes baby dragons, then comes Rarity pushing a stroller, really upset and tired.
Dear Princess Celestia.
I don't think that's the original lyrics. I just
No, seriously? I was just wondering if it was possible. I don't know if I have to talk to Princess Celestia about it or the mayor, but I don't know. There's got to be another way to send your mail through me. I'm getting total indigestion.
Thank you. Next question.
Next question up
Thank
here.
you.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the character that you play? Do you feel like you want to play a different character?
No way.
No.
We're
No. I like Spike.
I love our characters.
Our characters are fun.
I think it would be fun to try the other characters, but everybody does their own so well. It's just fun to be with them.
Sometimes in recording sessions, we'll read each other's lines, and it will devolve into ridiculousness. And
Do you do
sometimes for
impressions
fun.
of each other, or read them as your own characters?
Fabulous! Oh, my mustache!
Fluttershy, oh my goodness! I wonder what Spike would sound like if he had an accent like Applejack. I think I look pretty darn good, maybe in a cowboy suit. What do you think? It's kind of hard doing accents, isn't it? Yeah, Appaloosa, yeah. Did I do pretty good?
The great and powerful Trixie. Oh, wait, that's me. Oh, sorry.
Did we answer your question? Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Over here.
Hello?
Hello.
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 I have an economic question about the My Little Pony world.
Okay.
It's getting serious.
What do you believe is the exchange rate between the equestrian bit and the US dollar?
Par.
All right.
7 bits per dollar.
The question is, what is the exchange rate between the equestrian bit and the American dollar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, aren't you all mostly Canadian?
Yeah, we're all Canadian.
We're all Canadian.
2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1.
I think we're on par.
Yeah.
Don't you?
You're on par.
I think we're on par.
You're on par.
We're on par.
Yeah.
But there's a little shop around the corner. They'll give you 2 for 1.
The bit
Or you
is
could go
strong.
golfing.
Thank you.
Good question, though.
Thank you. Great question. Love
Over
it.
here. Rainbow Dash hat.
Et monsieur, là-bas, avec le iPad mini.
All right. My question is, could you please say hello to my friends Colby and Michael because they couldn't make it to BronyCon this year?
Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Hi, Colby.
Hi,
Michael.
All right, thank you. We all started at a different time.
All right, so really quickly, we have a brief announcement here. Brenda, Lee, and Nicole unfortunately have to step away. They are going to be joining us downstairs
Before
for
I
autographs.
do, I have a question, 2 things I wanted to share with everyone if I could, real quick.
Sure.
So on the Twitterverse before I came here, if you follow me on Twitter, which is @mouthnoise with a Z, I kind of was bragging about the Mariners beating the Orioles, and so hold it down. So we've made a bet, BronyCon and I, for the series this weekend, because the Mariners are playing the Orioles all weekend. So we have $500 on the table, and whoever wins the series, I'm going for the Mariners, BronyCon is going for the Orioles. Whoever wins, so if the Mariners win, I will give $500 to a charity in Seattle.
Wow.
If the Baltimore Orioles win the series, BronyCon will give $500 to a charity in Baltimore. And just to make a little fun. And Andy Price, the incredibly talented Andy Price, has drawn a one-of-a-kind picture, which will be in the charity auction, of Princess Celestia in an Orioles uniform blowing bubbles, and Cheerily in a moose costume with a Mariners outfit going, why am I always in the moose head?
That's
so please do bid.
That's
and my
awesome.
Second thing was, and it's a selfish thing, today is my son William's 10th birthday.
Yay, happy birthday.
So is my husband back there with a camera, or is he there or is he gone? Well, I was hoping maybe my husband Chris is over there, so if he could stand up. I'm wondering if you guys would all sing happy birthday to William, and I could show it to him when we get home. Is that okay?
Right there.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear William. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much, every pony, and we'll see you later. Sorry, we have to go.
Hey,
Some
Nicole,
of us have to go. Yes.
I'm in for $100 on that. For
Are
Seattle.
you?
Oh.
Yeah, Lee Tokar. Who are you? Who are
I'm
you
in on
going
$100
for?
for that. I'm in on $100 for Seattle.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's now $600.
Well, because we live in Vancouver, it's kind of our sister city. But and just for all of us in a selfish way too, so that we can keep in touch with all of you. Please, each and every one of you, please follow each and every one of us on Twitter, so that we can stay in touch with you more. Okay?
We would love it.
All 6 of us are on Twitter.
We are all on.
I will be. I have a new phone, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
will
Lee Tokar,
be.
And I'm just at Michelle Krieber.
and you're wonderful.
And thank you guys.
Thanks everybody
Thank
for
you
coming.
everything.
Have a great rest of the weekend.
See you at the next.
All right, and just so everybody knows, Kathy is also joining the bunch that is headed down for autographs. You can catch autographs downstairs immediately after the Q&A panel here. And we have the two Cutie Mark Crusaders here.
It's 2/3 of the package. 2/3. I should just FaceTime Claire. Just say, hey.
So we will, there we go. We will continue taking questions for just a few more minutes. So next question, if you have a question for the Cutie Mark Crusaders, over here. Yes.
Hello. I was wondering, just for both of you, whether you have either a favorite episode of the show or a favorite moment from the show.
Favorite episode or moment?
Favorite episode would probably be Cutie Pox, because that was crazy fun to do. And
did you do the French voice also?
yeah, I did the qu'est-ce que c'est? The cutie. And there was actually some of it actually got cut out because we did a few I think about 5 more talents, and there was one that was just like crazy. I forget what it was. It was like I think it was scootering. I think I did scootering. Yeah. And I remember, and they cut it out, and I was so sad because it was really funny. There was this one line, and it was like a Scootaloo reference. So that was my favorite episode to record, and it also looked awesome.
I liked Sleepless in Ponyville.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever screamed that much in my life in a record before, so it was lots of fun.
Very Scootaloo heavy episode.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Next question over here. Hello.
My name's Sophia, and I was wondering if you have a favorite My Little Pony song, like from the show.
Ready? Ready? We have Cutie Mark. 1, 2, 3.
We are the Cutie Mark Crusaders on a quest to find out who we are, and we will never stop the journey, not until we find our cutie marks.
Thank you. All right. Next question.
Okay. First off, I'd like to say happy conniversary. Happy 10th
Thank
conniversary.
you.
Yeah. Happy conniversary. Okay. What I actually wanted to ask was, what's your best or most interesting thing that happened during or before or after recording, like around that time?
During recording, the most interesting thing?
Yeah, like when you were back there, like something funny that happened? I don't know.
Well, there's been a lot of funny stuff. Tabitha, I think we've talked about this before at other cons, but she's hilarious. She never totally sticks to the script, and it's awesome. And we're totally used to it, and she just goes on, and she adds all this amazing stuff. So that's a great thing to experience. But one of my favorite experiences before or after a session was, I think it was about a year ago or something. They sometimes bring fans to DHX, and there was this one absolutely lovely fellow. He was, mentally disabled, and he had a lot of troubles, and he was just so happy and so excited to see us, and it was just a really nice experience, and I loved that. That was awesome.
Yeah, nothing really lives up to that. It was really good.
Yeah.
Although I do like how when you give Claire a cookie, she will start to scream and run around the room.
Have you ever seen
with all that sugar?
Over the Hedge, Hammy, the whole world stops? That's Claire times 2.
All right, well, just so everybody knows, we have about 10 minutes left for the Q&A, so we're going to try to get through as many questions as possible. So, yes.
Speed round.
Next question, lightning round.
Do you guys know any of the fan art made, like the fan-made songs on YouTube or anything?
Yes, next question. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we definitely try to stay connected with some of the fan art, and there's just so much of it, and it's fantastic. You guys are all so talented, and you have your own thing, and you are really able to express yourself in this fandom. That's my favorite part of it. And I mean, just look at this room. It's so colorful, and there's so many interesting hats and wings and fluffy ponies and stuff, It's awesome. And yeah, so we definitely get to see a lot of this stuff, especially at conventions.
How many of you guys made your own cosplays?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Like, I'm so jealous. I wish I had the ability to just pull stuff together like that. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, thank you. Next question.
Hello. Sorry.
There you go.
Hello from Moscow and from the Russian Brony community. We would like to thank you. We would like to thank you for the whole show. We just adore them. You're adorable guys. You're just awesome.
Thank you.
We would be grateful if you say "привет," like hello in Russia to the Russian community.
Can you say it again?
Привет.
Privida?
Привет.
Isn't that a chip?
Привет.
Pravita.
Wait.
Pravida?
Privida?
In our character voices?
Привет. Yeah, you may just say hello to Russia, to Russian bronies, if you like those.
Hello to the bronies.
In your voices.
Okay. Hello, Russian bronies. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, Russian bronies!
Thank you. You are
Sorry,
just great.
I can't speak Russian.
Thank you. Next question. Hello.
What do you think your cutie marks would be?
Our characters
For
No, I think you guys.
Okay.
Not your characters.
Good question.
Mine would probably be definitely something artistic. Probably something with a music notes or microphone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'd put like a paintbrush or maybe a pencil, camera, something artistic.
I always thought that the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and this is not spoiled, like we don't
know anything. We know nothing.
Just forget about the actual show for a second. if I
forget why you're here.
Yeah, just erase your mind for the past, year or something. And if the Cutie Mark Crusaders got like a cutie mark that sort of connected, that they had like
they were all three
a
related.
scooter or something with like a heart around it, and then we all had matching hearts with something inside of it. I think that would be really representative of their friendship and what they're all about. That
part of their talent is being
exactly.
friends with each other.
Yeah,
right. And friendship is magic.
Friendship is magic.
That's true. That's very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mamma mia, Momo. There we go. Okay. Hi there. Okay, this one's a scenario. Imagine the CMCs are out crusading one day. They come across this cave, and it's just full of this giant pile of gold bits. The catch is they have to spend it within 24 hours. It's got this spell on it. If they don't spend it in 24 hours, it's gone forever. How did the CMCs spend it?
Ooh. I think they would do a spectacular, like, Cutie Mark Crusade. Like, it'd be the ultimate Cutie Mark Crusade.
The Cutie
They
Mark
would
Crusade.
just, like, they would set up in the first 2 hours, they would set up this massive obstacle course that would just go all around Ponyville like 20 times, and it would just zip back and forth, try every single thing, go to every single store, and they would just like go over the mountains and just like fly and get, just everything. They would just go crazy. That's probably what they would do.
I think they'd buy a bunch of materials and they'd build the ultimate Crusader mobile and
yeah, and then they could use it to go to all those places.
They go through the obstacle course.
Good plan.
Like,
we gotta do
Crusader
this.
Yes.
We're gonna do
Combine
that.
those two, I would see that movie.
Yeah. Thank you. Who's up next? Apple Bloom hat. Go.
Okay, there are tons of lines that we bronies fall in love with, like, I want it now, what are you, a dictionary? Being people who receive the scripts way ahead of us, can you predict that we're going to fall in love with these lines, or is it kind of random?
Good question.
I think some we can tell because our writers are fantastic and they're always creative and finding new expressions that our characters say, and they're very fitting too, It's something that Apple Bloom would really say, or Scootaloo, Some apples? So we trust that, the good writing and some funny lines will become popular with the fans, and we just hope that you enjoy it. So
I just find everything funny, so it's really hard to predict which one you guys will find funny. But yeah, I'd say I agree with Michelle.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you hear me? All right, there I am. There's my volume. Yeah, so I'm an actor based out of Chicago right now, and I just applied for an agency, and there's supposed to be a casting call later this month, and this is sort of a two-way question. I wanted to ask you guys, how can I prepare for this casting call that could potentially lead to representation? And as younger people in the voice acting field, what is that like, especially since there aren't a lot of younger children voice actors?
Well, when you go in for an audition, have you gotten the script yet?
No.
Okay, so they're probably going to give you a script. It's probably going to have a description on it of what the character will be, and you just got to make a choice for auditions. You have to be very clear on what you want that character to sound like, what you think they would do in different situations, and also don't be afraid to really
put your all into the voice, because voice acting is about stepping under your own skin and really putting yourself in a position of another character. And so just go for it and just try something. You know that you can't go wrong with just going for hitting it with your best shot. All right? That's my advice.
I think it's important to find something special that your character's got, or something a little bit different,
Totally.
and really dig into that and figure out what that is, and try and make it come through in your voice, whether it's like through the tone of your voice or just through the acting. And yeah, find that one thing and practice it a bunch of times. Try a bunch of different things, and when you find the thing you like, just go for it. Practice, practice.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we have time for about one or two more questions here. So over here.
I'm Dan, and I'm a ponyholic.
Hi, Dan.
My question is, are there any kinds of lines that you find either fun or challenging, like impersonating other characters or tongue twisters?
Like, so far in recording My Little Pony,
Any answer you have, really?
well, sometimes there's lines where if you're kind of tired, or just you've had a long day, and there's just this one line that you just like, big, giant, ginormous something, like you can just something like that. You just can't get it out. Like it's just like, no job, but like it just does not work. And sometimes that happens, and it's quite funny because the more you do it, the more it just does not work.
Yeah, when you're reading the script, sometimes you see like this big, long paragraph of a line, and you're like, okay, getting ready for
no.
this. I'm gonna practice this a bunch of times. I have to say it.
So this morning I was trushing my beef, and dang it, dang it. You know, so that happens sometimes. And also for Andrea, it's sometimes really hard because she's got these massive paragraphs that are just like, she has to whip through them. And it can be complicated sometimes, but it's funny. Makes for some good laughs.
Do you ever do impressions? Is it?
I don't know, we do impressions of other voices, like we go crazy. It's like, oh, hello, Maddie, how are you doing today? Doing good.
Very, very good, thank you.
But I want it now. Would you like to buy some apples? You know? We're voice actors, that's, you know.
Yeah.
We act with voices, that is pretty much what we do.
All right. Well, unfortunately, that is all of the questions we have time for at the moment. I guess.
Let's just do one question.
One more question,
for this gentleman.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. First of all, on behalf of the Friendship is Magic Wiki, I want to thank the voice cast and all the people involved. Like, you give our wiki a purpose and you give me a job. So thank you all. So I have a question for Maddie Peters. So for the first 2 seasons, like every time we've had Scootaloo, like you're still always involved with the other Crusaders, pretty much. Like you are the cornerstone of the story in these episodes. But when we had Sleepless in Ponyville, how did it feel to, for the first time, be in the spotlight, like being the focus of the episode, really?
Well, when I was reading the script, I was really excited, actually, to see that I was in it a lot, and it was kind of my story. And it was cool to see, actually, how my character developed a bit. And, well, I kind of got really excited. I was like, ooh, am I going to get my cutie mark in this episode? Really, that's not going to happen for a long time, so I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking there. But, yeah, I was really excited to see that I had quite a few lines, and the story kind of was my story for once.
When you made such a big friend that you practically have a big sister.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
It's always good for us voice actors to have the opportunity to express our character, and episodes where your character is in the spotlight is a treat, and it's fun in the studio because you can go with it, and you can have fun and explore new things with the character. So I'm sure that happens for all of us. But thank you.
Thanks for
coming. Thank you all so much. This has been awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming by. Michelle just has an announcement here. Just another little side note. Michelle will be selling CDs
Yes. So last night was a little bit of an awkward situation because me signing CDs, I was signing CDs like way over in the Hilton, and some of you were talking about how you couldn't find us, and we will be in the vendor hall from 5:30 to 6:30, and I will be signing CDs, selling CDs, and also doing some autographs, and Maddie and I will be in the autograph room from 4 to 5, so come over, and yeah, thank you all so much.
Thank you for coming.
One's name is Cassidy and one name is Angela.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, Cassidy, and
hi, Angela. How can you tell we work together?
Next question.
All right, next question.
In the season 4 intro, will Twilight have wings?
La 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 la.
Look
Mooses.
I've never seen so many moose in one place.
Lots of moose in this
there was
here
a-
auditorium. That means we can't tell you. You'll have to tune in. Thank
I
you,
don't
though.
know, but we'll see.
Or else you're here, look, there's a moose.
Yep, right over there. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just really quickly, everybody in the back, feel free to scoot up to the front. We have a lot of people waiting outside. I just wanted to let you guys know that there are a couple of spots closer up to the front. You just might have to work a little bit to find them, but we definitely want to get as many folks in here as possible. Thank you.
If you do have a seat next to you empty, do you think you can put your hand up? That will help folks find them.
There,
Thank you
yeah,
very
there we go.
much.
See?
I love how colorful
That's
this
a room.
Okay, next question.
Oh,
Microphone.
I'm gonna move the mic down.
Microphone.
There you go.
That's all right.
You just hang on to it. That's fine.
Hand hold it, girl. There you go.
I just realized the question I was going to ask is actually spoiler filled, so.
Do you have another question?
Could you all sing Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on the Rainbows?
What?
Okay.
We didn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We didn't hear what he said. Everybody applauded. We're all sitting here going,
But the bronies
that-
did.
Wow.
Having a good time? Having the best time?
Woo!
Bro, hell off!
All right. Well, first of all, yeah, thank you all for taking some time today to answer questions and from the audience here and to share a little bit of insight into how you do what you do. We're all big fans here of all of your phenomenal work. Since we had a VA panel or VA Q&A panel yesterday, we just wanted to make this a continuation of that. And get right to the questions just as quickly as possible so that we can answer as many of the audience's questions as possible. Now we have lines that are forming. Where are they? We're forming lines.
Oh, easy.
Slow down.
Everybody slow down.
Slow motion.
Oh, thank you.
Let some of our youngest bronies come up to the mic.
And the youngest bronies to the front, please.
Okay, as a beginner clairvoyant, I just want to start with the answer to the first question is 42.
But what's the
Apparently
question?
that was right.
Exactly.
What is the
I
question?
see there's some Douglas Adams fans in the crowd.
Hi, every pony coming in at the back. Come on in and grab a seat. Don't miss anything.
Hey, everybody, this is Spike. I'm just wondering if all the small ponies are like roughly my height. If they could come closer to the front, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, to the front of the line.
Yeah.
Look, there's one now.
Why don't we start with the young one over here?
Yeah.
Hi, you have a question? Get on that mic, young man. Get on that mic.
Can you say that again? Yeah.
Could you sing Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows?
I can't hear you, Liv. You got to talk right in that mic.
Could you sing Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows?
No.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.
Nice improv.
Rainbow. In the
I don't know what I'm
springtime. I don't know. I don't know that one.
Thank you for your question. All right. Next question.
Okay,
Oh my
cool.
goodness.
Love it.
Thank you.
Hi.
Next question.
Hi. I wondered if you guys had like OCs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do. A lovely artist named Sarah drew mine. Her name is Voxy. She has sparkles in her hair and highlights. She's quite fabulous.
I drew my own OC. She doesn't have a name yet, but she's on Twitter.
Oh, nice. Okay, so some of you you've been gifted OCs
Yes.
by your adoring fans.
You guys, I have to say, just you being here really is a gift enough. You all surprise us with these beautiful plushies and drawings and things. We love you too, and it's
We love you guys.
It's very, very humbling. So thank you for everyone who shares their creativity with us. But you are enough.
I also wanted to say, I love you, Scootaloo.
Thanks. Love you too.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your question?
What's your question?
My question is
42.
my question is how did you feel when you found out you were gonna voice these specific characters?
I said, really? Really? Okay, all right.
Ooh.
I was a bit shocked.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a little ooh, ah in there. That came later.
When I first found out that, because my character came in later, when I first found out that I was playing on this show, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I found out how big the fandom was, and then I was like, that is so cool.
Now, are you the only one who are you the one who joined after Bronies existed? Did you know about Bronies?
I did not know until.
Oh, it caught everyone by surprise.
It certainly did.
Thank you for your question.
Thank
I
you.
think we were all excited to get our roles and be here and still be here and see all of you. What a wonderful result. Thanks for your question.
Alrighty,
What's your
thank you.
name?
Thank you.
Next
What's his
question.
name?
Oh, we're just going to alternate mics. Actually, we're
Yeah,
going to come
actually-
to this gentleman over here.
Yeah, we're just going to do.
Thanks for your
Thank
question.
you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I was wondering, can you guys please say hi to a few friends of mine?
Sure.
One.
Good afternoon, every pony. How's everyone doing? My name is Silver Eagle, and I'm with Ponyville Live, and I'll be hosting today's panel. This is VA panel number 2. This time, it's professional. So I'm joined by a couple of very, very talented and esteemed guests, the voice actresses from the show, voice actors and voice actresses, pardon me, from the show, and I'd like to welcome them onto the stage right now. I believe. Okay. Okay, all right. 1 second. All right, we have Nicole Oliver, first of all. We have Brenda Critchlow. Kathy Wesluck. Maddie Peters. Michelle Creeber. And then we need another chair. Okay. We have a lot of people. Okay.
No, I got this.
And then we have surprise guest, Lee Tokar.
Hey, every pony. How are you doing?
I don't think that was gonna work out.
Woohoo! Okay, I just want to start this by saying I just signed a grown man's forehead. How random is that?
How's every pony?